Customer complaints could either ruin your business or just ruin your entire day. So here are 7 horrifying mistakes that could be ruining your business and have you putting fires out every single day. That's not something that you should do, but we're gonna talk about it in this video. Now, hey, if you like the content that I'm shooting out today or any of the other videos that you've watched, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. So first mistake is not actively listening to the customer. You know, customers have many choices, many other cleaning companies to choose from, but they are now on the phone with you. So they're going to share with you their expectations. So active listening so that there's no misunderstanding is very, very important through the conversation. That is asking your qualifying questions. Things like, hey, this is the expectation that you have given us of the cleaning that you want, and this is what we're going to provide for you. Kind of repeating back what the expectation is and how you're going to be able to provide that for them. That would limit any misunderstandings. And again, the most important thing is understanding them from the beginning. So through all of these 7 things that we're going to go through, understanding them from the beginning is going to help the rest of the things during the conversations, those questions, how you're going to book them in, how you're going to service them, and how you're going to tie that knot at the end so you can get that reoccurring business. You know, customers want to feel heard. They want to feel understood. So actively listen without interrupting them, without jumping in during a conversation when they're talking because you think you know what they're going to say or you think you know what they want. But actively listening is really asking those questions and understanding them on what they're saying. So make sure you make them feel heard throughout the conversation, and that's going to help you grab all the information you need to serve them best. Number 2 is getting defensive. So when you do get that complaint, reacting defensively or making excuses is going to make the customer feel like they're not being heard or valued. So that's a huge, huge mistake, is trying to jump in and make the customer feel bad when at the end of the day, they just want something to be solved. They want to be heard and understood. Instead, acknowledge their concern, show some empathy. Even if what happened is not your fault, at the end of the day, you want to show them that you are listening, and you to show empathy, show the concern, and find a solution. At the end of the day, the number one thing to do at that point is just find a solution. So make them feel like you're going to hear them and let them express to you what that complaint is without reacting to the complaint, and just actively listen through the entire time. So during these times when you have a customer that is feeling very defensive, they're probably yelling through the phone, and it's kind of hard for you to calm them down. You know, train your team or yourself, most importantly yourself, right? That's how you get to train your team to just be able to take a step back, not take it personal. That's one of the biggest things when it comes to complaints, is to not take it personal. Just understand that there is something going on the other side, which is a complaint, something that didn't go well, and it's your job to fix it. They're expecting you to fix it. So being able to not take it personal is going to drastically help the situation, because it's going to create patience, and it's going to give you the time to actively listen, ask some questions to really understand what happened, and just find a solution. Once you have systems and processes to handle these complaints, it's going to be so much easier for you to just listen, sit back, understand, show your empathy, let them know that they're being heard, and how you're going to fix this solution. You will drastically see that customers will completely take their wall down, and they're going to appreciate that you took that time to listen and find a solution to that complaint. Number 3, delaying the response. This is one of the things where you have to catch on right away. Is if they complain, don't respond 48 hours later or a week later. Get it right then and there. If the customer is complaining, fix it right then and there. Everything else should stop, and that complaint should be listened to and fixed promptly. So don't delay the response. If it's through a text message, an email, or a phone call, get that fixed right away, and don't delay reaching out to them and finding that response. They're just going to think that you don't care. They're going to think that they are not valuable to you, and that they don't matter. So Most importantly is you want to keep that trust by reaching out to them and letting them know, hey, what's going on? I see that we received this message from you, or hey, you're giving us a call about a complaint. Let me listen to you. How, what happened, what went on, and then what do you want? What is your expectation for this solution? And that's going to help you understand how to find that solution to that problem. And an important part is that they're giving you feedback. So this feedback is going to help you improve that process, improve that system or that team, whatever training you're doing. If it's a complaint that's constantly coming up, it gives you the opportunity to find a solution so that doesn't come up again. You shouldn't be handling complaints, the same complaints, over and over and over. If you are, then that means you're not finding a system or a process to handle that complaint. Number 4, failing to take responsibility. Not taking responsibility is going to ruin your trust instantly. If you don't take responsibility, if they don't feel like their complaint matters, it's going to ruin the trust. And what that's going to happen is you're just not going to get business from that person, and they're just going to share to everybody else that you're a company that they can't trust, right? Because you don't fix the solution and you just give them the responsibility and you don't take any of it. So even if it's an unforeseen circumstance, something that was either a misunderstood or something that has to do with quality, right? In the cleaning industry, complaints are mainly quality or something is broken. So as long as you just take responsibility and you just apologize and you say, hey, we apologize for this mistake. We're sorry, this is not a normal thing for us, but our process is to make it right. So we're going to do whatever we can to make it right. And then what are your expectations? Do you want us to purchase this thing that we broke? Or, hey, since we didn't clean your baseboards accordingly, we're going to send someone out there right away. That's our process. Our process, we're going to go make it right. But if they're like, hey, don't come back, not a problem. Hey, at the end of the day, I want you happy. So how can we make this work? Because I can give you an X amount of discount and that would be fine and we can go our separate ways. But at the end of the day, I want to have you as a loyal customer. So what can we do to have you here? Taking responsibility is going to drastically help that trust, and they're going to rave about you, and the chances are is that they're going to stay with you and they're going to give you another chance. So real quick, if complaints has been something that just pulls your hair out and you can't seem to find the systems and processes, well, let me tell you, there's a way to fix it. And I have done it. I've heard of many complaints. I have built systems and processes to make it work. So if you need a new set of eyes to take a look at what you have, you can book a free call with me. We'll take a look at it together and we'll find a solution. You can book the free call from the description below. Now let's get back to the video. Number 5, offering no solution. So apologizing is only going to take you so far. So you got to apologize and take a step further and compensate or find a solution to make it right. So getting in the mindset that an apology is going to fix the whole issue, that is a completely wrong mindset to have. Apologizing is great, but finding a solution is going to enhance that customer to trust you again because they're unsatisfied for what's going on. So if you apologize and you don't find a solution, either fixing it or compensating them back, they're going to feel unsatisfied and they just won't choose you again. So make sure you provide a clear action plan. This is step 1, step 2, step 3 on how we resolve these issues. Ask them what are their expectations to make it right. So always give them an action plan and make sure you do your part to make it right. So here are 3 solutions that I want to give you for that. You can either do solution 1, we go back and we make it right. Either it's a quality control issue. If it's something that's broken, then you have to go with a different process for that, which is just, hey, whatever is broken, can you take a picture of it? Which I hope your team took a picture of it before the complaint even happened, right? You want to be aware of it before the customer calls. Because if you can call the customer and say, hey, we broke X and we're sorry about it, we want to make it right. And, how can we make it right? Find a solution, right? But if it's something that has to do with quality, then you go over there and you make it right. If that's something that the customer doesn't want you to do, then you compensate them, give them a discount for that inconvenience. The third thing that you can do is give them a discount for future services. Hey, I'm going to give you a $40 credit for the next cleaning that you choose with us. But you have to know the conversation first, know that the customer, that's what they expect from you in order to offer that. The best one's always just make it right or compensate them right away for that inconvenience. Number 6, not following up. So this is a very important step in the process of finding that solution and making it right. Once it's done, if it's a quality control issue or something was broken, whatever complaint it is, and you find a solution to make it right, follow up on that and see how they feel about it. Hey, we went back and we fixed your baseboards. I'm just giving you a call to make sure that we did it right. Are you satisfied with what we did? It's going to show them that you care about them and that you care about the improvement of your business. So whatever complaint is happening and you find a solution to make it right, make sure you follow up once the resolution has been done. A quick check-in shows that you care about their experience and you're committed to improvement in your business. And number 7, ignoring feedback for improvement. I touched on this a little bit earlier, but again, like any feedback that you get is a good thing. See it as a good thing, a way to improve your business and a way to improve the team, a system, a process that is going on. It gives you the ability to make sure it doesn't happen again. Now, there are some complaints that will consistently happen, and what we talked about is the something breaking or a quality control complaint, right? As long as you have a process for that, once it happens, you can fix it right then and there, and it becomes so much easier, and they become less because and then you share it with your team. You got the feedback, you share it with your team, and then it limits the chances of it happening again. So make sure you get that feedback so that you can improve and you have less dissatisfied customers. But even if the customer is not satisfied, doesn't mean that they're going to be unsatisfied forever. You can fix it right then and there. You can build their trust by making sure you find a solution and you make it right. Don't see the complaints as a pain. If you see them as a pain, it's because it's happening too frequent. So make sure when those complaints come in, you see them as a good thing, you find a solution to make it right, and then you just move on. Because complaints will happen. We're business owners, we own companies, they will happen, but they shouldn't happen frequent if we have good system and process in place. So avoiding these mistakes can help you turn a negative experience into a positive one, which then will help you build those relationships that you can create into raving fans, people that are going to talk about your services and choose you versus anybody else. That is the goal, is to get customers to go to you for reoccurring business or whenever they need a cleaning service for their home. So remember, creating those relationships means that you are there to solve the problem whenever they need it. They need to feel like they're being heard. They need to feel like they're satisfied. That's the only way. Creating a business that is a win-win will create a good business reputation and will create those raving fans that all they're thinking about is how you solve that problem and how you can do that over again. So if you like this video and I provided value to you, please take the time to like and share. It would really mean the world to me. And again, if you need that new set of eyes, just book a call with me. We'll chit chat. We'll talk about how we can fix this. And at the end of the day, it's a win-win. So book that call, like this video, and I'll see you on the next one.